5 Italian researchers died in an underwater cave at 50 meters depth in the Maldives last week, and the tour operator that sold them the trip says they never knew the dive would go that deep. If they had known, their lawyer insists, they would never have allowed it. This isn't a guideline problem. In the Maldives, 30 meters is the hard legal limit for recreational diving, enforced by law, not suggestion. Going deeper requires explicit authorization from maritime authorities. Albatros Top Boat, the Italian company that marketed the expedition, says that authorization was never requested. The boat had only ordinary diving equipment on board. And the person coordinating the dive, the operation manager everyone assumed worked for the tour company, was formally employed by the Maldivian boat owner, not Albatros. The lawyer made that distinction repeatedly: we operated the boat, but we didn't control what happened on it. The trip was billed as a scientific cruise. 4 of the 5 victims were connected to the University of Genoa. Monica Montefalcone, a 51-year-old marine ecologist who spent years monitoring the Maldives' fragile coral reefs, was on board with her daughter, Georgia Somical, 23. According to Albatros, the itinerary they were given described coral sampling at ordinary depths, nothing that would require cave penetration or descending to 50 meters. But on May 14, the group entered a cave in Vaavu Atoll. None of them surfaced. The institutional architecture here is designed to diffuse responsibility. Albatros Top Boat didn't own the Duke of York yacht. They chartered it empty for full, a contract structure where the tour operator markets the trip but the boat's crew answers to a different employer. The operation manager, who handles logistics and dive coordination, was hired by the Maldivian owner. Albatros says he wasn't their employee. The Maldivian owner says the tour operator sold the package. When something goes wrong at 50 meters in a cave that no one admits authorizing, that gap becomes the entire story. The Maldivian military sent divers to recover the bodies. One of them, Staff Sergeant Mohammed Mahoudhi, developed decompression sickness during the search and died in hospital. The operation was suspended. 4 bodies remain in the cave. The weather turned bad. The Italian families are waiting. And the corporate structure that put their relatives on that boat is now the subject of an investigation where every party claims they didn't know, didn't authorize, and weren't in control. The legal fight will hinge on a single question: when you sell someone a scientific expedition in a country where diving past 30 meters is illegal without a permit, and 5 people die at 50 meters in a cave, who is responsible when no one on paper had the authority to stop it? The answer isn't in the contract. It's in the gap the contract was designed to create.